Hello class 9, welcome back to another session of computer class. This is your Vijit sir and today I'll be presenting you the topic types of errors in Java. Scope of variables. Let's try to understand the meaning of scope. In Java, variables are only accessible inside the region they are created. This is called scope. Now, as you know that while writing the program, we always start with a opening brace, and after we finish the logic of the program, we close with the closing braces. So whatever variables are created within this opening and closing brace, those variables can be used within that block. It cannot be used outside that opening or closing braces. This is called scope. Method scope. Variables declared directly inside a method are available anywhere in the method following the line of code in which they were declared. So if a variable is declared within a method or functions, that particular variable can be used within that method or function. It cannot be used outside that opening or closing brace or block of that particular function or method. Let's try to understand with the example how in program scope is used. Now see, we have created a class scope and then we have used a public static void main string, that is main function or method, and we have started with a opening brace and here is the closing brace. Now within this opening and closing brace, we have created three variables of integer data type A, B and C, and we have initialized A as 4, B as 8 and C where the value of A plus B will be stored. Then we have created a if statement to check whether C is greater than 10 or not. If C is greater than 10, then we enter into another block. You can see opening and closing block of this program. Now we have created another variable which is X, that too integer data type, and we are storing the value, that is 2 into C. So whatever the value of C is, it will be multiplied with 2 and the output will be stored in X. Now this variable that is declared within this scope cannot be used outside the scope. But if you see, after the closing brace, I've written that system.out.println x. Now this x is invalid. Why? Because it is used outside the scope, outside the opening and closing brace. So it is invalid. So to rectify this error, we have to put inside the opening and closing brace of this if statement. But if you see the next line, system.out.println C, now this is valid. Why it is valid? Because C is within its scope. It is not used outside the scope. So within this scope, C is used. That means A, B and C can be used throughout the program. So this is how the variables can be used within the scope of a program. I hope everybody understood how to use the variable. Within that opening and closing brace, a variable can be used. A variable declared in a block exist only within the visibility of that block. In the program snippet shown above, the variable x is declared under if block. Hence, it remains active till the end of the internal block. That is, x will be active within the opening and the closing brace. It is invalid to apply x outside the internal block. As it is in the program, it is used, so it is invalid. So variable a, b and c exist throughout the program unless a final closing bracket is applied. So I have told you that ABC is used throughout the program, because it is used within a scope. It is not used outside the scope, so it is valid. Next is input through command line argument. Now we have learned in our previous chapter the various ways to get the data value within a program. So we have already done a program using assigning the values through assignment statement. We have also used or wrote the program using BlueJ system, and in our previous chapter we have learned how to write a program using input stream. And now we will learn how to write program using command line argument. This is the fourth method of writing a program. Now you see the class name is line, and then we have started a main function, public static void main string, and we have declared a 3 variable of integer data type a, b, c, and we have asked the user to enter the value through a message system.out.println enter the values. Now when the user will enter the value, it has to be stored in a variable. So a equal, we have created 3 variable a, so a will store integer data value, so integer dot %int. Now here is the little different, args in the bracket 0. Now what does it mean? It means that now all the values actually in computer is stored in a memory, and each memory has a location, and location generally starts with 0, 1, 2 and 3. So these are the address location of a storage, memory storage. Now if I enter say 10, and 10 is stored where? In A, and A is locating where? 0. So within this 0 location, the value 10 will be stored. Say in B you are putting 50, so 50 is stored in B, so B is locating in 1, that means memory location 1, 50 will be stored. So these elements will be stored in a proper memory addresses. So these addresses are written within the bracket, that is 0, it always starts with 0, then 1 and then 2, 3 and so on. So this particular thing you will study in array, how to store the values in a memory location. So a equals to integer dot %int args 0, b equals to integer dot %int args 1, that means in memory location 1 the value of b will be stored, in memory location 0 the value of a will be stored, and then c equals to a plus b, so the output will be stored in the variable c. System.out.println sum of row number equals to plus c. So this is the method to write the program using command line statement. Generally this command line statement we do not use to write program. Generally we use input stream reader. Testing and debugging. Testing and debugging are the vital steps in developing computer programs. These are the two most important steps After you complete writing a program, you cannot release the software or program unless and until you test and debug your program to check that whether your output is coming correctly or not, and if there is any type of error in your program or not. So they are time consuming steps. Testing and debugging are the totally two different tasks, and in fact the time spent in testing and debugging often equals or exceeds the time spent in the program. So how much time you have taken to write a program, it will take more time for testing and debugging. Therefore testing and debugging takes a lot of time in compared to writing a program. So if a program runs successfully with the test data and produces correct result, it is normally released for use. If everything is correct, then the software is finished and you can release your software. So what is testing? Testing is the process of making sure that the program performs the intended task. Means for what purpose you have created the software or the program, it is giving you the correct output. That is the testing part. And debugging is the process of locating and eliminating the program errors. If there is any type of errors that your program is not able to compile, so you have to check what type of error it is, and you have to correct those errors in order to make the program execute and give you the correct output. So these are the two vital and important steps after you have written the program. Differences between testing and debugging. Now testing is the process in which a program is validated. So it is the way to check that whether your program is giving you the correct output or not. Debugging is a process in which the error in the program are removed. If there is any mistake, so through debug we will correct the mistake. Now it is a positive activity because it will test whether your program is giving you the correct output or not. But debugging is a negative activity because if there is any error mistake, you have to correct those mistakes. So it is a negative activity in a sense that it is centered around eliminations of known errors or bugs. To eliminate, to correct those errors or bugs. Testing is complete when all the desired verification against the specification have been performed. So whatever mistakes were there, why the output was not coming, after those things are corrected, verified, then a test is completed and you will get the correct output. Whereas debugging is finished when there are no errors and the program is ready for executions. So these are the differences between testing and debugging. Types of errors. There are three types of errors that occur in a computer program. They are syntax error, logical error, and runtime error. Syntax error. These errors result when the rules of the grammar of the program language are not followed. Rules and there's certain rules which you have to follow in Java program. For example, uppercase and lowercase, capital letter and small letter. For example, input stream reader. Now input S, I, S and R. Input stream reader, the first letter of each word must be capital letter. Now if you write small, then it is a syntax error. If you do not give comma or if you do not use semicolon, it is nothing but a syntax error. The compiler will show you the syntax error, so you have to correct those mistakes or the errors. Example, the Java statement C equals to A plus B divided by 2 has a syntax error because every Java statement should terminate with a semicolon. So the correct form is c equals to a plus b divided by 2 semicolon. So this semicolon, as you have not written, it will give you a syntax error. So all syntax error must be found and corrected, otherwise the program will not execute or it will not give you the output. Next is logical errors. A logical error is an error in planning the program's logic. So you have to see what question is asked, you have to create or you have to plan that program logic to get the output. The computer actually does not know that an error has been made. Now if there is a syntax error, compiler will check it and show you. But in this logical errors, compiler will not be able to show the error. You have to find. Sometimes it happens that your syntax error is, there is no syntax error in your program, but still it is not giving you the output. This is because due to the logic of the program is wrong. Suppose you are told to find even number and you are writing a program to find odd number. So automatically the output that you will get is incorrect. So it follows the program instructions and executes the results, but the output may not be correct. So the problem is that the logic being followed does not produce the desired result. So in place of plus, if you write minus, so you will not get the output, correct output. Okay, you suppose say 2 plus 5 is equal, it will give you 7, but you have written 2 minus 5. So you are expecting to get 7 the output, but you are getting minus 3. So the logic of the program is wrong. So you have to correct this mistake. Now, the problem is that the logic being followed does not produce the desired result. So example, if you see in Java programming, the instruction given as, now you have not actually studied for loop, which we will be studying in the next chapter. So for a equals to 1, now a is initial, the first value is, we have initialized as 1, a is less than equal to 10. Now a should not be more than 10, it should be either less than or it should be equal to 10, and you are incrementing a's value as a equals to a plus 2. Okay, so what output it will give you? The present value of a is 1, so a plus 2 means 1 plus 2, so 1 plus 2 is 3, so 3 is stored in a and 3 is less than 10, so it will display you the 3. Now the present value of a is 3, so a equals to a plus 2, so 3 plus 2 is 5, so 5 is less than 10, so it will display you the output as 5. So 3 and 5 both are odd number. Okay, again the present value of a is 5, so 5 plus 2 is 7, so it will give you the output as 7. 7 is less than 10, so it will display the output. Then the present value of a is 7, the 7 is incremented again plus 2, so it will give you 9. So what output it will show you? 3, 5, 7 and 9, which are all less than 10. Now the present value of a is 9, so 9 plus 2 is 11. It will not display 11 because 11 is more than 10. So it will stop here. So it will display you 3, 5, 7 and 9, which are all odd number. System.out.println a. So it will display you 2, 3, 7 and 9. The output of the above program will display all the odd numbers between 1 to 10. But the user wants to print all even number between 1 to 10. Okay, that means user is expecting to get the output even number, but the program logic that he have written is wrong. That's why it is giving us the result of odd number. So to correct this mistake, we have to change the logic of the program. So we have to initialize a as 2. Now the rest remain the same. So a equals to 2, a is less than equal to 10, a equals to a plus 2. So now the present value of a is 2, so 2 plus 2 is 4. So 4 is stored in a and 4 is less than 10, it will display the result as 4. Then 4 plus, now present value of a is 4, so 4 plus 2 is 6. So it will display the 6, and which is less than 10. Again the present value of a is 6, so 6 plus 2 is 8. It will display 8 because it is less than 10. and 8 plus 2 is 10. It will display 10 because 10 is equal to 10. It is not less, but it is equal to 10. So what it will display? 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Now again, if it will be added, 10 plus 2 will give you 12, and 12 will not be displayed because 12 is greater than 10. So this is what the logic of the program has to change to get the desired result. This is known as logical error. Last error is runtime error. Now even after errors are removed and the program is compiled, it does not mean that the program will produce the result. Sometimes it so happens that your syntax error is also correct. There is no syntax error, there is no logic error, but still you are not getting the output. So there may be some other mistakes other than syntax error and logical errors which come in the way of execution, known as runtime errors. Now these errors may occur due to dividing a number by 0 or to find out the square root of a negative number. As we know, a number cannot be divided by 0, it is invalid. Neither can you can find the square root of a negative number, it is also invalid. So this type of logic may not give you the output. So the expression, example, you see a equals to b plus c whole divided by d. Now if the value of d equal to 0, then the result will come to an infinite, which is a runtime error. So you will not get a valid output, and the result will come to be infinite. Okay, so we have to correct the mistakes by in place of 0 we have to write some other number. This is how you can correct the runtime error. So these are the different types of errors that we generally find in Java, that is syntax error, that is checked by the compiler, and it will show you what mistake you have done. You have to correct these errors, but compiler will not be able to catch the logical errors and runtime errors, which we have to find out where is the error, and we have to correct those mistakes. Hope you all have understood different types of errors and the scope of variables, testing and debugging. Hope you all have understood the lesson. We will soon meet in the next session. Till then, take care. This is your Avjit sir signing off. Thank you.